Hi, my name is Shanda Thornton, and I'm a student in EDM 310 at the University of South Alabama. At the beginning of the semester, when I looked at the checklist Dr. Strange sent out, I was overwhelmed. It was very long, and I didn't know what most of the programs listed on it were, much less how to use them. I am now at the end, and I know how to use all of them. Thanks, Dr. Strange. And my first blog post, we were to write about how we thought our classroom would be, what tools we would use for our classroom, and how we would involve our students. Well, I wrote in there that I wanted my students to be able to use an encyclopedia, pencils, pens, paper, textbooks, and stuff like that. I didn't want them to just be where they needed the computer, because in a way, to me, people rely on computers and smartphones and stuff. If you need an answer, you Google or something like that. To me, people just rely on that too much. So I wanted to go back to the basics and use this stuff for my students. I want them to know how to do it like I had to do it when I was a child. Looking back now, I see that technology is a very good tool that we have these days, and it's always being made. Newer things are always coming along. The list goes on and on. You have iPads in the classroom, smart boards, computers, internet, anything like that that comes out, and new things are coming out each year, almost by the day. And these are good ways to challenge your students, and also to keep your students excited and eager to learn and to challenge themselves, and that's what we want to do. That's what our job as educators is, to make learning fun and to make them want to come to school. And I just think that with all these new materials, that will make them enjoy it more. Like I said, my opinion changed. I will have a class blog. I fell in love with blogging, and I think it was really neat that we had to comment on posts from students all over the world when they had their class blogs and their own blogs. And every week we had a different student that we commented on and saw if they commented back to us, and I thought that was really neat. I wonder how those students felt that they had like a college student actually commenting on their work and things like that. So blogging is just a really good tool in my eyes. Also, we learned a lot about project-based learning, and I will definitely be a project-based learning teacher. I want to include my kids. I want them to learn by experimenting and researching on their own and things like that, instead of just giving them a study guide and making sure they have the right answers and then letting them take a test. Birkback education, as Dr. Strange calls it. Everything that I wrote in blog post 1, I still want to use a little, but I would mainly be focused on technology uses in the classroom and letting my kids help me teach. If they are what they want to do and where they can enjoy it, and if they, for instance, if they do a podcast on a certain subject and they make a video, and their video can teach the class, coming from another child's point of view, I think that might be able to reach them more than a teacher at some point. But that's it, and I really enjoyed everything I learned this semester. I learned a ton. I had never used, like I said earlier, I had never used a lot of these programs that I was taught during the semester, so I've taken a lot away from it, and I intend on implementing it all into my classroom. So thank you, Dr. Strange. Have a great year.